Hey guys, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This is part 2 of what makes serial killers tick and what gets them to that point. And I'm not just talking about serial killers, I'm talking about people who are in positions of power or just regular people who get to that point of darkness. And I know we all have darkness, but we all have something. And a reason why I study serial killers is because I have a lot of similarities to them. And I was a little afraid of my own stuff. And like I said in my previous video, I don't talk about my dark side like I'm trying to make people afraid. Like, oh, look at her little self talking about some dark side. She ain't gonna do shit. Like, I'm telling you, it's not a joke. And I'm not trying to scare people, and I'm not trying to provoke people and encourage people to bring that out of me. I don't encourage that. And you know how people always want to test something they don't understand? Like, oh, let's see about this bitch's dark side. I would just suggest you don't. And that's all I gotta say, because I love my life. I've been doing quite well balancing out this dark side. A lot of my relationships fucked up because of this. You know, I can be a very sick person. But I'll never hurt anybody. I'm just making sure I say that because I don't want some bullshit to happen in my life and everyone's pointing to me. That's the weird dark chick. Like, no. I couldn't kill anybody, I couldn't hurt anybody because I know what it's like to lose somebody. But I do have a dark side and it's very sick. And I haven't really, I always managed to put it, you know, just water it down as best as I could. People might have seen little bits and pieces of my dark side. You know, like me speaking in another language, me going crazy, me throwing things, you know, shoving a knife in a couch, like little things like that. Which won't intimidate much of anybody, really. Because they're like, oh, that's it? That's your dark side? Like, people don't encourage it. That's all I gotta say. And I'm not saying this shit to make people afraid of me. I don't want you to be afraid of me. I'm a friendly person. But there's a lot of shit bottled up inside that I've been trying to research and understand so it doesn't get to a point where I'm in jail for the rest of my life. Because I value my life and my journey, and I won't be able to get there if my ass is in jail. Because I did some fucked up shit to somebody. So I'm doing this research about serial killers because when I hear these stories about these killers, I say, wow, my life is like that. I was a loner. I did well in school. You know, I didn't have many friends. A lot of people made fun of me. I had some shitty relationships with guys. I stayed to myself a lot. I was obsessed with death. I was obsessed with reading about murder mysteries and folks dying and getting heads chopped off and blood and I don't know why I'm just like, I tried to understand that aspect of myself. Like, why is it so stimulating to see folks be so demonic and dark? Like, wow, this man just did this and this and this to this person. That's sick. No, it is sick. There's some sick shit that I just can't, it's not cool. You know what I really like? Kind of like a Dexter type. I like that type of, you know, serial killing. Like, you kill folks that deserve to die. But there's some innocent folks that, there's certain darknesses I agree with, and there's certain ones I don't. When innocent folks are dying, I don't agree with that. That's sick to me. But when you give payback or revenge to someone that fucked your whole life up, I actually get pleasure from that. I actually get a lot of pleasure from that to see. And when I watched Dexter, and I was like, this character is so... I mean, that is the type of guy that I like. It's like the way he portrayed that character. I'm not gonna lie. I think Dexter is... I lust for him. I definitely do. And I understand him because his darkness. See, he doesn't want to kill folks that for no goddamn reason. He has a purpose. But he gets, even though he's a vigilante and he's like a good person and shit, he has this sick darkness to him that he tries so hard to mask. And when you hear him talking, it seems like he's talking like he's always trying too hard. Like, hey guys, how are you doing? Oh, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? Like, you could tell he's trying so hard to, like, mask that darkness. He gets that sick pleasure from just watching people die slowly. And not just anybody, but folks that really deserve that shit. That's where the darkness comes from. And I try to understand myself. Like, am I capable of sitting there watching someone die slowly? I don't want to answer that question because I don't want to incriminate myself. I would like to move on and say that serial killers always start off with the same fucking story, and some people are just sick. They just like to kill folks. But usually it takes time to build up that kind of darkness. A lot of people who end up like that, they don't have a lot of love in their life. They're very lonely people, very distant, keep to themselves, you know. They're observers, they watch the world, they watch things, and they realize how shitty this world is, and they probably try to go out on a date. They try to take the prom queen out, and she made fun of him and played him out, and just used to getting played out and played out and played out and played out. And this is the recipe for a serial killer or a very dark and sick and twisted individual. Being sick and twisted just doesn't, you know, like I said, doesn't just start out like that. Like, people start out nice, and then you get taken advantage of and treated like crap, and then next thing you know, you're playing with dolls, and then you're chopping the dolls' heads off, and then you're killing animals, and then next thing you know, you kill somebody. And I never got to that point. I want to be clear, I've never harmed an animal. Besides roaches and spiders and shit, I've never killed an animal, and I've never killed somebody. But I won't lie and say I haven't had feelings of doing things of that nature, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have feelings like that, you know, especially if they lost a family member to someone's negligence. Of course you have feelings like that, but it's like, it's a darkness. I don't know why I'm attracted to, you know, stuff like that. It's a weird sexual darkness type of thing, and a lot of people don't get it. And they think, oh, something's wrong with her, or she was just this and that, and I can relate to these killers. Like, not saying I want to be killed. I wouldn't hang out with them for dinner, like, hey, so, what's good with this? And no, I don't like stuff. I don't like innocent people getting hurt. That's not what I'm about. You know, innocent people doing good work in the world and getting killed is not what but I like people that see the world for what it is, and they go after those that really deserve it. And even though they're sick themselves, but they understand that some people in this world are so fucking fucked up and evil, they deserve to go. Okay, they deserve to go. And I'm not condoning killing folks and stuff like that, because I don't want no damn police officer knocking on my door like, we saw your YouTube video about killing folks. I'm like, I don't do shit like that, because I value my life. I'm just saying I can understand the feelings. I can understand that feeling of aggression and thoughts. I'm just talking about thoughts. I'm an artist, and I use my art as a way to express that darkness. But serial killers, who's my favorite serial killer? I couldn't tell you, because I would say Dexter. Because he's not real. Because I don't want to say that I like folks that kill people. But I don't want to say that. But Dexter is definitely, if I were to go out with a guy, it would be him. I would. I know, I'm blushing. I know a lot of women think Dexter is hot. First of all, yes, he is very attractive, and he's smart. He's very sweet, but he just has that. It's like an addiction. It's like, you know how people are addicted to drugs? They say a lot of serial killers, they're addicted to dominating. It's not just about the killing. It's just they say they kill folks because they don't want them to go to the police, and they don't want to get caught. But they say it's like an addiction. You get high. And when I studied metaphysics and spirituality, when someone dies, that's a maximum release of energy. That's a serious release of energy. I think because your soul is a soul transference. When you're dead, you see, you know why your body is. When I touch dead bodies, it's cold. It's so cold. It's like there's nothing in there. So that's why I believe in a soul, because it's like, or something. It has to be something, because it's like when I touch a dead body, it's just ice cold. And the room would be warm, but the body would be ice cold. It's like, wow. And it's a weird thing. And when someone dies, it's such a weird feeling. It's like all this shit stops. Like, you stop going to work. You stop worrying about bills. You stop worrying about money. It's a serious thing. Like, when someone dies, it's like, whew. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, we come back to reality. And we realize this is a temporary thing. We start to realize I'm at work worrying about bills and fucking all these fucking things that we shouldn't even be spending so much time worrying about. Because essentially in this world, this is a spiritual war. So when you touch a dead body, it feels like there's nothing in there. It feels like a cold mannequin or something. So it's like when you die, you release maximum amount of energy, a lot. And a lot of people, when they like serial killers, like when they understand the reason why when they kill someone they get this adrenaline rush, and then when you kill someone also and you drink their blood, you can, when you drink the blood, you can feel their adrenaline. That's what I've heard. I've never done this before, so don't ask me, okay? But when you drink someone's blood after you kill them, it's like you get high. You get high off of that because the adrenaline and the energy release, when they die, the energy is out. So a lot of serial killers might not understand it on that level. They just might like the feeling, like, wow, I just dominated this person. Because it's like, kind of like fighting games for me. When you end your opponent, it's just like a rush. It's like, oh, I did it. I kicked his ass. I did it. Especially if it's someone that gives you work. It's a feeling. It's like a drug. It's like, okay, I did it. But I guess to these serial killers, it's the same feeling. It's like, you're never going to go anywhere again. And then you drink the person's blood, and then you get high off of that. And that's another reason why reptilians and stuff like that, and creatures and stuff like that of that nature feed off of human beings, because when you have fear, it releases adrenaline, and that could be an addictive substance as well. But yeah, I mean, that's my take on it. I can go farther into it, but I'm getting a little tired, and I'm still a little sick today. Like, I wanted to do some videos. Like, I don't feel too well. Like, my stomach hurts and whatever. And I thank everyone for sending me love and prayers to get better. I didn't go to work today because it's just bad. I ate something bad. I gotta slow down. Sometimes in life you gotta kind of slow down a little bit, because I'm rushing and trying to do a million things at once. And when your body is calling, you gotta listen. And I have to pay attention to this kind of shit and take it easy, because I don't want to die too young. But alright guys, thank you for listening to my talk about serial killers and how interesting how someone can get to that point of just letting the darkness take over, you know, because like I said before, it doesn't just happen overnight. This is gradual, because you know how when you see movies and stuff, and then you have the angel here and the devil here, and they're just like talking like, oh, this, and then, and it's like, how do you get to a point where there's just both two demons on your shoulder? It's like, okay, let's kill them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really dark. Everyone has a dark side. Even sometimes it'll be the sweetest people, the quiet one in the corner, the one baking cookies for everyone, that have the most demonic and sick and twisted mind. You never know, because people like myself who have that darkness, you have to try so hard to mask it, because you don't want people to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why folks try so hard, but you have to make it look genuine. I'm not saying I'm super sick, like I'll actually take action. That's what my art is for. I'll write about it, I'll sing about it, I'll draw about it, I'll make a talk about it in a video, but I'll never take action on that, because I'm not trying to go to jail. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to my video. More to come tomorrow. Everyone stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you later. Bye.